Many thanks to Sister Helen for providing these statistics over 30 years of the Academy. Now, I would like to underline the fact that PASS has been very active in pursuing its institutional purpose, which we must remember, in accordance with the statutes, is to give a contribution to the development of the social doctrine of the Church. Now, if you read the publication of the PASS on its website, which is very rich, and in particular, if you consult all the final statements of the plenaries, as well as workshops, seminars, other initiatives, you can see the richness of the contributions offered to the development of the social doctrine. First of all, I think the PASS explored the four main principles of the social doctrine of the Church, which means the dignity of the human person first, then the principles of solidarity and subsidiarity, and the common good. Then a lot of themes concerning democracy, work, globalization, sustainability, human trafficking, new technologies, intergenerational solidarity in the family, and on this occasion, disability. The 80 academicians that have been appointed over 30 years, and many other experts, hundreds of experts, have participated in past activities offering fundamental contribution. If we examine the composition of academicians according to their characteristics in the statistics presented by Sister Helen, just a few remarks on that. We see the following. As for the representation of gender, the male presence was prevalent, and yet the female presence grew from 13% to 30%. And this gives us hope for a further balance between women and men. As to the average age, there was initially an increase from 1994 to 2014, but subsequently the average age dropped, and I believe it will be important to maintain an orientation towards rejuvenating the average age. As for the continent of origin, as Sister Helen has shown, we see a clear prevalence of Europeans, 56%, and people from the Americas, 25%. Naturally, from a sociological point of view, this representation reflects the presence of the Catholic Church in the world in the past year, not now and not in the future. However, it is clear that the other continents, Asia, Africa, and Oceania, deserve a growing presence, very much indeed, which I personally hope will be significant in the coming years. As for the disciplines, a wide variety was ensured, even if economics, law, and to a lesser extent sociology, respectively 25, 20, and 16%, accounted for the lion's share. It is important that the balance is maintained between the various disciplines, and above all, in my opinion, that attention is paid to new disciplines that have to do with social, cultural, and technological changes, such as, for example, the disciplines of communication and the disciplines concerning virtual realities, I mean artificial intelligence, robotics, and so on, considering their influence in modifying culture, lifestyles, knowledge itself, and the entire communicative environment, I mean the infosphere in which we are getting more and more into, which also requires corresponding experts in applied ethics, not only philosophical general approach, but applied ethics. Regarding topics and plans for the future, I would like to express some personal observations and ask for comments and proposals from all of you. First, I would like to recommend avoiding reiterating what is produced by the magisterium of the Church, and instead anticipating themes and solutions to the social problems of the world. From this point of view, I believe that President Sister Helen has in mind a great openness to new themes and above all to a new general framework, a kind of relational paradigm with which to proceed in the near future. Second, it seems to me that some topics have not been explored in depth. For example, the topics of human rights was not really dealt with in details. Better said, the question is, what is human in human rights? In the context of today's debate on the individualization and subjectivization of life. Another topic is the way the social doctrine of the Church can confront postmodernity and transmodernity. I mean, how to enter into the after-modernity, because we are getting into another era. Another topic is the role of the third sector, which is crucial for the Church with respect to the dominant dualism between state and market. And then the topic of wars. We didn't deal with the wars and the international relations as such, for instance. Finally, a third point. With a view to the future, I think PAS is open to new proposals. And I would like to recommend suggesting not only single issues to address, but also thinking in terms of medium-long-term projects, such as, for example, a project on how to address the development of human rights in such a way as they truly respect human dignity, rather than leading us towards a certain transhumanism and also what in sociology we call ahumanism. Another project would concern the impact of new technologies that challenge the social doctrine of the Church. I am thinking of genetic manipulation, the hybridization of identities and social relations with digital virtual reality, the so-called electronic person, the manipulation of public opinion pursued with new media technologies and so on. And finally, I would think that it could be important to redefine previous projects. For instance, the project on intergenerational solidarity in the light of the aging of the population of the world, of the whole world, except Africa, which deserves special attention for its peculiarities in terms of demographic, economic, and cultural diversity. So we have to pick up new and original, I think, arguments to be dealt with in our academy. Thank you very much for your attention.